Hello everybody, it's the Worm here, and I'm back for some more Raging Loop. Back with this pretty crazy music track here. I gotta say, it's one thing I've learned about playing visual novels is a lot of them have pretty good soundtracks. I've been impressed by. There's even some good ones in 999, but like Umineko, House and Fata Morgana, just lots of good music that I wouldn't have heard otherwise. Yeah, so we're here just vibing with this track right now. What I want to do is kind of go over everything we learned last time, because it was a lot, for me at least, and it wasn't just firm information. That's not a good way to say it. It wasn't just facts. It was also just the sort of different relationship dynamics at play here. So pretty much I'm just going to be, for the next, 10-15 minutes, going over everything I got. Just to make sure I know where I'm at. If you're not interested in that, 10-15 minutes, just skip ahead. Because that's all I'll be doing for the first part of this video. So I have my notes here. Oopsie daisy, that's not right. I have my notes right here. Yes, okay. So I'm just going to start talking about what we got. Okay, so first things first, we met she who is formerly known as Tutorial Lady. She is in fact Rikako Uematsu, or in Japanese it'd be Uematsu Rikako. She is the head of the Uematsu family and seems to hold a position of religious significance for Kami Fujiyoshi, as well as Yasumizu. We saw her a few times so far, so I'm not entirely sure what her deal is, but she definitely has some hidden depths to her, and she seems to be, if not in charge of, at least most attached to this girl Mako here, who seems to have she was the one who, like us, was found near the Saranaga, and she apparently doesn't have any memories, or at least hasn't mentioned any. So they just called her Mako. I believe someone said it was something like an onomatopoeia, something like that, her name, from the sounds she makes. So we don't know much about her. We know she's just very attached to Uematsu, Rikako. What else do we have here? Okay, we learned that during the events of last night, the van, bike, and telephone wire were destroyed. So not only has our transportation been made unavailable to us, we've also lost all contact with the outside world. Perfect for a murder game, wouldn't you say? Yeah, that's what it feels like. So it definitely seems intentional. So if there's I don't know if there's a murderer or multiple murderers. I'm leaning towards multiple actually at the moment, but this would seem to be a kind of something you do. I used a word last time. What did I use? Premeditated. Yes, that's the word. It seems like something someone planned. Just do that. Yes, okay. And then we also got a bunch of information about the religious, some religious information about the village, and I'm not sure how it all connects yet. We've got several references to an almighty Shinai. Tai mentioned her. Rokako mentioned her. No, why am I saying her? I don't know what I don't know why I said her. Whatever Shinai is, a deity of some sort, clearly. What I'm curious about is that there's also another supernatural being mentioned here called Okami-sama, or as Haruaki said, Wolf-sama. Is that another name for the almighty Shinai, or are these two separate beings here? Okami-sama was also associated with what the villagers called the corruption outside. So I suppose the werewolves we're seeing, or the beasts that we heard while in the outhouse, are corruption. Again, no one decided to elaborate on exactly what that means. So, are there two deities at play here, or is Okami-sama even a deity? Is it just Shinai that's a deity? I don't know. We'll need to wait for some more information on that. But one thing that's very important is that, well, I should probably wait to talk about the feast first. Okay, I'll mention it. There's another thing about Almighty Shinai, but I think I'll mention it when I talk about the feast. Just one random thing. Apparently, Takumi told Yashitsugu that Haruaki was shady. So, obviously, Takumi doesn't seem to trust us. I think that's an important dynamic to know about. Let's see. We learned what the four families of Kamifujiyoshi. It's Miguruma, Higuchi, Uematsu, and Nisato. Those are the four families. And interestingly, well, okay, let's just talk about the whole feast thing, because that was a huge. There's so much about the feast. It's just hard to wrap my head around. So, the whole beasts coming out last night, Okami-sama, the corruption, whatever that was not the feast. That was something else. That was the corruption, but corruption of what? I don't know. In any case, the feast is that seemed to be a precursor for the feast. And in order to make it to the feast, you have to do a preparation. This was mentioned by both Chiemi and Tai. In order to prepare, you have to purify. What was it? Sorry. Purify, shelter, and dream. So you have to cleanse your body, lock yourself in somewhere, and then sleep. And Haruaki not doing all of that is part of why Chiemi argued that Haruaki should not be there for the feast. So, along with that, Takumi and Yashitsugu seemed to think that the feast would be able to tell us, or tell them, I should say, if someone is shady or not. I think that was what they were saying. I'm guessing the feast, at least part of it, is similar to the voting that occurs in the game of Wolf or Mafia. I'm not exactly sure how similar it's going to be, but I'm thinking it's probably something like that. Also, interestingly enough, after Haruaki was excused, I guess you could say, Nisato advocated for himself and Rokako-san to be excused as well. He said particularly because they're not native to Yasumizu. They're from Kamifujiyoshi. But unfortunately for him, both the villagers and Rokako said that they should take part because they are there. And those are apparently the rules of the mountain. And this is the other thing I wanted to mention. Because Haruaki somehow survived without preparations, I believe Chiemi used that as an argument to say that it was Shami and Rokako, I think, that basically said the rules of the mountain don't apply to Haruaki, and I think that's the rules of the mountain are specifically related to the Almighty Shinai. So that's interesting. And then Kanzo also said that they're the rules of the mountain, but then there's also the rules of Yasumizu. And he said if you're not under the mountain's rules, you're under our rules. So interesting distinction there. I think I brought it up at the time, but yes. So 2 sets of rules. That's somewhat frightening. Let's see what else was there. Oh, there's a hanging. There's a hanging. And Shami said that we don't want to waste the hanging or something. She said something like that. It makes me wonder, how often does this happen? And like, if it happens regularly enough, like maybe they just choose not to hang people, but like, obviously the what we're looking at here in this CG, these are all the villagers. Was this village much bigger before? It just... I'm just curious about how regular this event happens, because it seems so crazy. Let's see what else. Oh, here's another thing about the 4 families. After Nosato made the argument for himself and Rokako to be excused due to their affiliation with the 4 families, Mochi, which I'm guessing is this person here, said that Mochi and Yasun, which I assume is Yasunaga, could be excused for the same reason, but Nosato said they were disinherited. So that made me think that maybe Ms. Kaori Oribe here was married to someone from one of the 4 families, but then she got a divorce and now he's been disinherited. I'm not sure. And that, by extension, that would mean Mochi is the child of someone in the 4 families. I don't know. But that's interesting. It makes me wonder how that's going to come into play here. Haruaki got locked in a cage. Interesting that there's a cage. I think he said it was used for to keep, what was it? I can't remember the actual words that Takumi used. Was it for game hunting or something? I'm not entirely sure. But there's a cage they keep animals in that Haruaki's staying in. Also, we saw, on the way to the dining hall, we saw 2 symbols. I can't remember where. Dang it. I don't remember where they were. 2 symbols, which were 2 diamonds with swirls in it. Interestingly, Uematsu apparently has a kanji that means swirl in it, so that's interesting connection there. And there were 2 of these symbols, and Shiemi suggested that meant there were 2 wolves. Now, is she just saying wolves as a stand-in for a murderer, or does she actually mean those strange werewolf creatures? Hard to say. Oh, and I wanted to bring up a theory, just to kind of end this introduction. Tai made a comment that Haruaki surviving without preparation, it's something that's apparently never happened before. And again, I don't know how regularly this event occurs, but something that's never happened before. And I had a thought. I was thinking to myself, in a way, we actually didn't survive the night without preparation. Haruaki died. He absolutely got killed. And then that was the bad end. And now we're here. So I'm wondering if it's going to be something in the game where that death, I don't even know how to explain it, counted metaphysically. do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, maybe his death actually counted that time, but for whatever reason, some supernatural thing allowed him to come back. And, well, I don't know. It could be either that, or he just stayed locked inside, and just listening to Jamie was enough. I don't know. It's just a thought I had. I don't think it's supported by much right now. I need to wait and see if anything else changes between the different bad ends. Okay, in any case, I think we're ready to finish up here. Yeah, it's been about 15 minutes. So I think I'm going to end the recap and discussion portion here. Next, there's something I need to look at. 1 second. Ooh, okay. I'm actually going to... Come on, where is it? Here? Yes, I'm going to... Okay, so I've had several comments from several different people, all saying that the hint corner is totally cool to watch, and could provide some insight that maybe I didn't have before. So I'm gonna go ahead and watch it, see what it is.
Yo, やっちまったな、大将。
Yeah, I guess I have. 1 second. Let me actually see something real quick. Yeah, okay.
俺のことはまあ気にすんな。取るに足らねえインターフェース的なキャラクターさ。羊とでも呼べよ。
Alright, Mr. Sheep.
ここは夢と夢の狭間。妻子春明とかいう野郎には見えねえから、まあ安心してくつろぎな。
Okay. Then relax I
つ
shall.
っても、あんま長っちりはできねえかな。俺は忙しいんだ。ちゃっちゃと進めんぞ。ヒントコーナーにふさわしく、大将が困らねえように、ありがてえ助言をいくつかくれてやるぜ。
Okay.
まず、ゲーム的なあれこれを最初に言っておこう。
Yeah, so some of this is going to be stuff I already know, I think, but let's just see what else he could say.
さっき、やっちまったと言ったが、実は大将が最初にここに来るのは確定事項だ。
Yes.
つうのも、選べる選択肢は一つしかなかったろ。
Mm-hmm.
その下はなんか、鍵マークみてえなのが出て、選べなかったはずだ。おっと、だからって最初の芹沢千恵美とのうすらバカ問答を選び直しても無意味だぜ。あのと、
Okay.
チュートリアルでも一応解説したが、念のため、レイジングループの仕組みをおさらいしとくか。大将がさっき実際に食らった通り、レイジングループでは必ず死ぬ。
Mm-hmm.
なぜか。多くの選択肢はロックされていて、それを開くためには対応するキーが必要だからさ。キーはシナリオ中に散らばってる。手に入るときはだいたい命と引き換えさ。だから死は不可避ってわけだ。どうやら不妻子春明の野郎は死んでも記憶を次に持ち越せるらしいな。それを再現したシステムってわけだ。
System.
つうわけで、羊さんから大将への最初のアドバイスだ。行き詰まったら死んでみろ。
Huh. You're suggesting I could get stuck without dying? Huh. Okay, interesting.
数あるバッドエンドの中には、キーが手に入るものも多い。意外な結末から キーが手に入ることもあるだろうさ。
That makes it sound like this game's gonna branch out much more than anything I'm familiar with so far, actually. Interesting.
もちろん全部のバッドエンドを見なくても必要なキーを集めて最短クリアすることは可能だ。ま、遊び方は任せるぜ。で、今回のバッドエンド2、題してベンジョマンの最後についてだが、回避するにはキー2が必要だ。だが次はもう問題ねえ。気づいてるか？ここで死んだ時すでに大将はキー2を入手してる。
Yes.
キー2の内容はメニューの中にキーってボタンがあるからそこで見てくれりゃいいんだが、要は夜出歩いたら死ぬってことを久石春明は身をもって知ったわけだ。だからこそ新しい選択が可能になった。この手の一度つまずく系の死亡エンドは今後も何回かあっからそこんとこは承知しといてくれな。一方 P を手に入れるのがずっと先になることもある。キーが手に入るときは赤文字ででっかく表示されるから今後も要注目だぜ。
Gotcha.
この後だが久石春明は振り出しに戻る。つまりゲームの冒頭バイクで迷ってるシーンだな。最初から読み直してもいいが今後何十回も死ぬことになるから
Dozens.
その度に読み直してたら大変だ。
Dozens, you say? My goodness.
だからある程度状況を把握したらシナリオチャートを使ってひょいっとジャンプしちゃってくれ。大将が一度読み切ったシーンならいつでもどこでもどこからでもジャンプが可能だ。便利なもんだぜこいつはよ。例えば今この瞬間でも画面に出てるチャートボタンを押しノーム、ナイの、9、悲鳴を追うかに飛んで OK だ。シナリオチャートからのジャンプをガンガン活用するのがベイジングループ攻略のコツかもな。ちなみにここまでで2、ノームは終了。いわば小手調べ、導入が終わったってわけだ。今回解放された選択肢を選べばいよいよ最初のメインルート
First main
3
route.
読みが始まる。頑張れよ。
Thank you, sheep.
次にロックされた選択肢が出てきたら右端の方を見てみな。 開くために必要なキーの番号があるはずだ。番号はシナリオチャートにも表示される。どこがロックされてるのか何番のキーがいるか一目瞭然だ。親切設計だろ。ちなみにこっそり教えてやるけど1が手に入るのはすっげー先だ。取りこぼしとかじゃねえから安心してサクサク次に進んでやってくれ。
There must be a reason for that labeling of that. Interesting, interesting.
かあ、ずいぶん長くなっちまった。俺は忙しいってのによ。つうわけで今回はここまで。次も元気に死んでこい。
Alright.
そういう夢だったってわけだ。次はもっとうまくやれ。羊が1匹、羊が2匹。
Just a dream wanderer? Is that what that said? Interesting. Okay, so we can just... No, not that. Okay. Okay, so that was... I knew all that. That was all just simple tutorial stuff. Okay. So, Hint Corner wasn't spoiler stuff like I thought. It was just tutorial stuff. Maybe the next one will actually have something I don't know, or... I don't know, but... that was... I can see those not being necessary. Unless you're very new to this sort of thing, which I'm not an expert, but I've certainly played some visual novels, so... Okay, let's get back into it, shall we? Yeah, let's actually see this dang feast. Let's find out what's going on.
読み意味の宴を始めましょうね。
Feast of the Yomi Purged.
植松様、お願いしますよ。
神内様に献上されたおみきです。年少者から順に回し飲みしてください。
お酒？
あなたはお口をつけるだけ。
未成年者は飲むなよ。
一杯くらいどうってことねえよ。
やめなさい、義継。安永も何か言ってやって。
義継、あくまで形だけのものだから。
うるせえな。分かってるよ、兄貴。
こんなの飲みたくない。
はるちゃん、チュッてして。はい終了。僕も終了。
僕もこれで。知恵ね。
ここから大人ね。いただきます。
私はこのくらいで。
存外にいい酒だな。では、ムロ。
昼間っから酒が飲めるとは宴様々だな。ほらよ、おやっさん。
耐えばこぼすなよ。
はいはい、いただきます。おじいさん、モテるかいね。
酒か。お、一通り回ったか。耐えば説明せ。
みんなお話は知っておるね。夕霧が立つとき、狼様はよみがえり、人を亡きにせんとされる。
So, all the wolves are Okami-sama, not a singular thing.
よもつ狼のお印が2つ。こたび狼様がお二人を血戻られた。
Yomotsu Okami. Confirming what Chiemi said.
じゃからあたしらは神内様の言う通り、こうして宴してお守り様の加護のもと狼様を探してくくらねばいかん。
Yes. So the feast, yes, the feast is meant to suss out the wolves. So that she said, two wolves have risen, come back to life and try to slay the humans, and yet the wolves, the two wolves are two of the people here. Is that the something like that? Something about that doesn't connect for me, but okay.
従わずば神内様は汚れを下される。それはとても恐ろしい死に目を見るということよ。
Find the wolves or die. Got it.
汚れを受けたくなくば宴に出て狼様を亡きにする。それがわしら安水の者の役目。
お姉ちゃん、亡きにするって何？
殺すという意味よ。
Her eyes are more orange, huh? Interesting.
怖い。
大丈夫。私が守ってあげるから。遮って申し訳ありません、山脇さん。
ええのですよ。小さい子のすること。狼様かもしれんのはその子だけじゃございません。
Yeah, could you explain more about that?
やれやれ。くだらん話ですな。
Well, Masato, or Kinosuke-san, I don't know where you get off saying that. I mean, two people are dead.
おいおっさん、くだらねえならとっとと出ていけや。そんで汚れて死んじまえ。
義継、
失礼だがオリベさん、自分の子にどんな教育をなさっているのかね。
俺は勝手にグレてんだ。ババを巻き込んでんじゃねえよ。
義継、黙れ。ぶん殴るぞ。
ああ、匠に今で何威張ってんだ。
殴るっつったら殴る。 よしもキヨも一緒だ。お前らちょっと黙れ。
It's an interesting that I think this was in the last episode too. We have this dynamic. Takumi calls Misato Kiyo, and Misato calls Takumi Muro. I'm getting a sense of familiarity between them that is I wouldn't have expected, I think.
貴様にそんな根性はなかろう。
Maybe not affection, but certainly familiarity.
言われてんぜ。
大人は無駄に根性試しをしねえ。それはともかくタイばあちゃん、俺やっぱり納得できねえよ。その話、俺らはずっと聞かされてきたが、ずっとわからねえことがある。
Okay.
俺らはずっとここで育ってきた。メイコ以外はみんな顔見知りだ。狼様が入れ替わってるって。そんなわけねえよ。みんな普段通りだ。
Yes, this was my question. Yeah, okay.
匠、甘えこと言ってんじゃね
え。なんだよおやっさん。怪しい奴がいるっつうのか。
どいつも怪しい。
おじいちゃん。
春も気をつけ。けだものでも人を騙す。人ならなおさらよ。こん中にわしらを騙して平然としとるもんはおる。
So we've got like a... I probably shouldn't say that. That's spoilers. So yes, we have some sort of imposter. Or I guess two imposters. My goodness, that's terrifying.
なんでそう断言できるんです？
昔の門の言葉には真実がある。
まあいいですけど。
What if he's the wolf? Only the wolf would be so gung-ho about capturing the wolf. Nah, I'm just kidding.
安水のパープーの言ってきたことだろ。
近持ち。
あんたはまたそんな。
モッチー、やめとけって。すみません。それでどうするんですか？
どうって話し合いで決めんだ
ろ。That's it?
話し合いで決まるのかな。しかもこの中の誰かを殺すという決定をでしょう。
全員が自分の考えを言う。それで納得のいく意見を絞り込む。
How in the world is this gonna play out?
知恵ね、どう思う？
少なくとも全員怪しくないと思う人と全員怪しいと思う人がいる時点で破綻してると思うけど、決まるはずのない会議を延々やっても苦痛なだけ。それに耐えかねてみんな偉い人の鶴の一声を望み始めるし。
地位は何が言いて？
ちえみ、あんま心配すんな。俺らは安水の釜の飯食って暮らしてきたもん同士だぞ。なんとかなる。なんとか。
匠兄ちゃんの仲間思いなとこすごく嬉しいけど、その仲間から一人選んで殺すんだよ。
Yeah, hard to be casual with a topic like that.
もっと嫌なこともあるよ。仲間から選びたくなかったら仲間じゃない人から選べばいい。
Plus, they said there's two wolves. That means you gotta pick two people? That's crazy.
自分がそんなに好きじゃない人とか、ここに来て日が浅い人とか、少なくともそういう理由では絶対に選ばないようにしないと大変な間違いをしちゃうんじゃないかな。
だから俺はそもそも殺すとか頭おかしいからやめようぜって方向にまとめてんだよ。
Careful, Takumi. The others may think your reservations about doing this could be evidence of your guilt. Oh, this is a bad situation, man. This is not good. Interestingly enough, here's something I think that answers a question for me. Let me go back to it. Okay, here it is. I've been here about this ever since I was young, but it never made sense to me. We've been here for long, we can remember. Except for making we all know each other as soon as the same level. So this makes me think that Takumi, that this situation has not happened in a long time. Decades, at least. Because if he's saying he's heard about it, he says it doesn't sound like he's ever participated in it. And that's why he's so, doubtful about the story here. So my question was, like, how regular is this situation? And it seems it is not very regular. So Haruaki just had extremely poor timing to visit the village while this is happening.
匠、それはいかん。
ばあちゃんだってこう言い出す。だからじっくり話してだろ。わ
かるけどね。
But it does seem Chami is taking this very seriously. What I mean is, it sounds like she kind of buys it, which worries me.
ちょっと。はーい、はるちゃんが喋ります。
知恵姉が連れてきた男が記者の人たち殺したとか、そういうのないのかな。
言ってるそばから。
僕はないと思うよ。勘だけど。みんなどうですか？
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Mochi.
匠にあいつが怪しいっつってたろ。
ああ、怪しいと思ったさ。しかし知恵美の言う通り、そんな理由じゃ決めねえ方がいいだろう。それにあいつは変なやつだが、ああいうことをやりそうなやつじゃないような気がする。
それは私も賛成だけどね。とにかく私たちの問題なんだから、私たちで解決するべきだと思う。
それだって好みで選んでることに他ならんだろう。
じゃあ清之助さんはどうやって決めるべきだと思います？
結局こういった場で決める手段といえば多数決しかないものだよ。織部安永君。
民主主義万歳ってわけです。らしくもないですね。
私はそれ以外にこれだけの人間の意見をまとめる手段など存在しないと言っているのだよ。第一、話し合いで納得というのも結局は大多数が合意する結論を取るということだろう。多数決に他ならん。そうでなければそれこそ君の言った鶴の一声、つまり有力者の独断で決まることになるのだろう。安水の有力者とは牧島勘三しかね、それとも山脇多江さんかね。そして殺されるのは住人でない私か。当のお偉方本人が狼かもしれないという状況でだ。バカらしいと思わないかね。
野里さん。
言っておくが、私は死ぬのはごめんだ。それならばせめて無力より一票の力を保てる方法を望みたいね。
俺は反対だ。多数決だ。そりゃ結論は出るだろうよ。正しいかどうかは別としてな。
So wait, hang on. Sorry, this just occurred to me. So everyone did the preparations, right? Chem even asked Yoshitsugu if he did it, and he said, yeah, he did. So they all knew this was coming? If that's the case, I think I asked this last time, or either last time or the time before. How come they never told the journalists or Haruaki? Why didn't Chami tell us? Or is it the fact that they just do that every night anyway? Like, do they always clean up, lock their doors, and go to sleep? And so they always do the preparations? I'm not sure.
俺はやっぱりちゃんと話し合って決めるしかねえと思う。
ちなみに話し合いをするとなると何を話し合うんです？
Like, I guess we'd have to ask Hanzo and Tai. What do the ancestors say about how to suss out the wolves?
タイばあちゃん、宴には山のお守りの力を貸すって話だよね。
そうよ。蛇様、猿様、カラス様、それに雲様が力をお貸しくださる。
That's quite a collection of creatures there. My goodness.
詳しいことわかる？
蛇は
うわっ、ジジイ知ってんのかよ。
蛇は狼が誰か山に聞ける。猿だけ2匹おる。お互いが猿じゃと知っておる。カラスはくくられたもんが狼じゃったかどうか山に聞ける。雲は狼から一晩だけ他人を守ってやれるよう山に頼める。
So these are the roles. So as I talked about briefly last time, this game is taking inspiration from the Wolf game and the Mafia game. And here's another aspect of that. We have this, voting and hanging thing, that's part of it, but there's also the roles, and it's pretty much just as this guy just described. It's akin to that, there's like a doctor, a detective, various things, and different games can have different rules, but yes, so presumably these 4 creatures can, maybe the people can embody them in some way, and that's the roles, so to speak.
その通りじゃと私も聞いておりますよ、おじいさん。
狼来た
あんた、これを知っとったのですか。あんた、ボケとるかと思うたが、信心があったのね。
おじいちゃんのことは置いといて、じゃあこの中の誰かがそれぞれの力を受けてるはずだってこと？
We just have to figure out who's who, I guess.
それってどういうこと？というか、神様とかお守りとか本当にあるの？ただ昔話になぞらえて誰かが人殺しをしてるだけじゃ。
Interesting question.
はるちゃんや神様はちゃんとおる。
そんなの信じてるだけでしょ。
そんなことはない。みんな生まれてからこれまでに神内様のお姿を見とるはずじゃ。
そんなのただの。
はるちゃん、落ち着いて。大丈夫？
うん、ごめん。
真偽はともかく、今は分かってることを情報として整理するところだよ。いろいろと決めるのはまだ早い。さっきのお守りのカゴの話、もっと分かりやすくしよう。
若い子はもっとちゃんと昔の話を覚えんといかんね。
蛇は見破る、猿は手を取る、カラスは味を見る、雲は守る。
I'm gonna just have to write down all the different roles. Can ask the mountain if the hanged one was wolf. Yeah, I'll go back and write that down after this.
蛇は大衆に紛れた狼を発見することができた。ちなみに蛇は身車家の守護獣でもある。
Oh, interesting. What if it's... So if it's associated with the 4 families... Interesting. So maybe Nasato is one, Yasunaga's one, Mochi's one, and maybe Yoshitsugu? No. Maybe just Yasun. I'm still not clear about this family, the Oribe family. But maybe him, and Rikako. That could be it. If they're the 4 people associated with the four families here.
猿は守護する者同士が狼でないことを確実に知っている。猿は樋口家の守護獣でもありますな。
Oh, okay. So Kaori was with Mr. Higuchi then?
カラスは死んだ者が狼かどうか知ることができる。我が野里家の守護獣がカラスだ。
Okay.
貧乏くさいよね。
黙れ。そして雲は誰かの家に狼が入ることを防ぐ。雲は上松家を守護している。
Ooh, okay. There was some... When Meiko was afraid, Uematsu said, I'll protect you. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's probably a reference to that.
そうですね。それぞれの家の門にもそれぞれのお守りがあしらわれています。
So it's Misato, Yasun's probably Higuchi, we know Uematsu, and Mochi then is... Well, Mochi is probably Miguruma. Interesting, interesting.
でも実際はそれぞれの加護を受けた人はどうやってその力を借りるんだろう。
蛇は夜他の生きとるもんの名前を何かに書いて枕の下に置いて寝る。翌朝それが人か狼様か神内様に教えてもらえるそうよ。猿は2人おって加護を受けた時にもう一人の猿が誰かを神内様に教わるそうじゃ。
I guess it could be the two brothers.
カラスは前の日にくくられたもんが人かどうか知れるそうだわね。雲は他の生きとるもんの名前を何かに書いて枕に敷けばそのもんは一晩狼様から守られる。
I can see why this game could potentially branch out into tons of different routes now.
そうしてお守り様方の力を借りてあたしらはくくる一人を選ばねばならんということ。狼様をみんなくくれば勝ち。狼様にみんなやられれば負けよ。やすくん、わかったかいね。
わかりました。けど
そもそもばあちゃんどっからそんなの聞いたんだ。
あたしはあたしのおばあちゃんに聞いたのよ。
とにかくそれじゃあ長者それぞれの血筋の人がそれぞれの加護を受けてるってことよね。
それはどうかな。身車家の縁者は絶縁者含めてここにはいないし。
Maybe I'm wrong then. Okay.
宴でお守りが誰に力を授けるかは気まぐれだと聞いております。
That's interesting. So the roles don't have to be consistent too? Huh.
じゃあ誰なの？
下手に明かせば狼様に狙
Oh,
われる
that's
かもしれ
right.
ない。
Yeah, that's another aspect of the game. Because even if people say, hey, I'm the doctor, that doesn't necessarily mean they're the doctor. So, yes, it's not only the wolves who we don't know, it's even the good guys we don't know.
んなこと言ってたらそれこそ何も話が進まねえだろ。
そうかしら。例えば
めんどくせえ。ダラダラしてても話が進まねえだけだ。みんな聞いてくれ。蛇の守護を受けたのは俺だ。
匠にそれは本当なの？というかどうやってそれが。
言い忘れておったよ。お守りはね、夢枕に立つ。そして選ばれた者に印を残す。
It's probably why you need to prepare then.
お力をお借りするならば頼りにしたためて枕元に入れればいい。印により答えが示される。
そうだ、俺にも印があった。夢は正直覚えてねえが。
蛇は見破る。じゃあ匠兄ちゃんにはこの場の誰が狼かもう分かってるってことなの？
Only one person.
いや、さっき言ったじゃろう。頼りにしたためねばならん。それも選べるのは一夜に一人だけ。
え？明日の朝になるまでわからないってこと？
そうじゃ。
一つ聞いていいかね、ムロ。
なんだよ。
君はどうしてそんな極めて重大な情報を何のリターンもないこのタイミングで開示したのだ？
Because now he's potentially, if he is not a wolf himself, he is now potentially a target for the wolves.
どうしてって、他に決める材料がねえから。
聞いた限りだと蛇の能力はとても大事です。狼にとっては非常に手強い相手だと言える。だからそれを簡単に明かしてしまうと匠兄が危ないってことに。
そんなもん怖くねえよ。
なぜ怖くないと言えるんだね、君は。相手はあんな風に人を殺す化け物だぞ。
なんだ、化け物とか信じてるじゃん。
今のは言葉のあやだ。とにかく今我々は一つの武器を失ったということになる。
勝手に決めてんじゃねえ。お前に何がわかるってんだ。おい、
わかるとも。皆様聞いていただきたいのですがね、この場で何か言えばそれは狼に情報提供していることでもあるんだ。明かさなくていいことは明かさずに話を進めるべきだ。そうではないかね。
そうですね。それで一つ思いついたことがあるんですけど。
今私が喋っているんだ。
黙れ兵六。やす、言え。
匠兄が正体を明かしたことを極力有効に利用するには彼を雲に守ってもらうのがいいと思う。この中にいる雲は正体を明かさずに夜頼りをしたためるとかして匠兄を守るのがいい。
But now the wolves know they're gonna do that.
これで匠兄は助かる。どうかな。
いいんじゃねえか。
やす、おやっさん。
匠は今日安全になる。蛇にこうて誰かを調べ。
匠姉ちゃんが明日調べた結果は間違いなく正しいってことね。
そうなるね。
匠兄ちゃん、誰を調べてどんな結果が出ても嘘を言わないって誓える？
そんなもん決まってるさ。
じゃあ今日はそれでいいんじゃない？何の証拠もないのに誰かを殺すとかやっぱり無理があると思う。
本当にそれでいいのかよ。
何かまずいと思うのか？よし。
別にただ待つってのが性に合わねえだけだ。
それはわかるけど。あ、でも匠兄が誰を調べるかはみんなの前で言っておいた方がいい。
どうして？
匠兄が誰かを調べてその結果が匠兄に不都合だった時、別の人を占ったって嘘つくのを防げる。
嘘なんてつかねえよ。
合理的だな。安水の者には情の厚い室には必須の条件と言える。
別に匠姉ちゃんに限らないでしょ。身内は誰だってかばいたいもん。でも今はそんな場合じゃないし。あと利点がもう一つ。誰を優先的に調べたらいいかって点は少なくともみんなで話し合えるでしょね。
そうだな。そのくらいの話し合いはしておきてえところだ。ちなみに安永は誰がいいと思う？
僕はちょっとわからないけど、それこそ不当に選ばれそうな人は先に調べておいた方が安心かな。
では私を調べてもらえないか。正直なところを言えば そうでもないと発言権すら得られなさそうなのでね。
なくったって喋るんじゃん。
じゃあキヨを調べる。それでいいか。
異論はねえな。
Mochi and Kaori were...
じゃあ今日は誰も吊るさん。
本当にそれでいいのかね。
ああ、大丈夫だ。これで解散。
Okay, how long have I been going? Okay, it's about time to end it. So, we got our rules of the game, and it's nice to have them firmly spelled out for us. Of course, it would suck if the wolves just killed Kiyo, and, you know, Muro investigates him and says, oh, he's innocent, but then he's just dead, you know? I can imagine something like that happening. Because, yes, it's true that he's going to be... Muro should, if the spider works with us, he should be protected. But then the wolves know that. And they know who's going to be investigated, too. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, it's not like I have a better plan. So I've not played the game. I've not played Wolf or Mafia at all to know what a better plan would be or should be. So I think I'm just going to have to let it play out. Interesting. I'll probably go back through that and write down all those rules, you know, just to be sure. Yeah, okay. So, got a lot of things straightened out. Obviously, I don't think Okami and Almighty Shaddai are the same thing anymore. The Almighty Shaddai, if it's associated with the guardian spirits, is presumably benevolent, but this Okami-sama, probably more likely associated with the Saranaga in the dead. Interesting. Okay, hope you're all doing well, and I hope to see you next time for some more Raging Loop. Alrighty, have a good one.